Yeah, and I was like, bro, I just got ran over by Guillermo Diaz-Graham at Tequila Cowboy. So that's crazy.
Oh man, dude. Well, it sounds like you had a good weekend, Mike. I don't really know if the Pirates had a very good weekend post July 4th.
You know,
No, absolutely
no. No.
except
It
the
was
one
not
game
fun.
where we scored 14
Although,
runs. That's the
Friday
only
was
time when
fun.
we had fun.
Friday was fun.
7 home runs,
7
most
home
in
runs,
franchise
2
history.
from Rowdy Tellez.
Dude, no, I'm not even. See, that's not even the most shocking thing. It's just the fact that Yasmani Grandal and Michael Taylor
Yeah.
went back to back. And Jack Sawinski in the same game
So
with
he's been
Yard.
having a couple
Yeah.
hits
I saw a
recently,
thing.
but
It was
still.
like if you would have bet $5 on it, if you would have bet $5 on it, would have won like 20 grand, just on Sawinski, Taylor, and Grandal going
Sawinski's
yard
been
in the
hitting
same
better
game.
I
recently.
mean, yeah,
Okay.
dude, think about it. All in the same game. That's insane.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
mean, we need to talk about Saturday and today,
Oh my god, these umpires,
especially behind the plate, brother. Yeah.
dude, it was bad. The game on Saturday, according to umpire scorecards, the overall run favor was 1.1 runs for the Mets, and the game ends by us down by 3. But you don't know how that inning could play out. I mean, I understand that it's only a guaranteed 1 run if it's called right, but still, that call, those calls on Sawinski were anger-inducing, and Shelton understandably got ejected for it. But dude, it was so far below the strike zone, and a thing that it just messes up completely messes up the at bat, because now Sawinski strikes out on a pitch almost in the dirt because he has to swing at anything down anywhere low in the zone now.
Well, see, too, I think like with Sawinski, he's okay. So I'm not a fan of Sawinski. We've been over this numerous times, but I will say that his composure at the plate, in terms of not losing his cool, is very much like one of the best on the Pirates. And to see him kind of just he like looked at the first one like, okay, man, that was just bad call. But then the second one, you could see him like he just puts up the peace sign, like, you know, like saying 2, like that's 2 calls now, and like you don't ever see him lose his cool like that. But that was atrocious. See, now me on the other hand, I would have lost my cool.
Oh, I know. I would have. I probably would have. If I was a manager or a player, I definitely would have like broke the single season record for ejections this year.
I think a lot of most players other than Jack would have gotten ejected in that scenario.
Yeah.
Oh my God, probably. I mean, I'm so glad Derek Shelton came out, because that's just one of those things where you want to see your manager having your back in a spot like that. I mean, that's huge. He gets walked. It's 5-3, bases loaded, 2 outs, and I think Rowdy's
The
coming
bases
up
were
to the
already
plate,
loaded. A run would have scored.
who's arguably yeah, literally. It would have brought a run in. That's what I'm saying. And Rowdy would have came up with the bases still juiced, and he's the second best hitter on the team right now. And you never know what could happen. And for them to take that, I mean, even the Mets broadcast was like, "Oh
Yeah,
man."
Keith Hernandez knew that was a ball four.
They couldn't even
Keith
like
Hernandez
hide it.
even said like that was a
couldn't
ball,
even hide
dude.
Yeah, I mean this year especially, I feel like the feeling has been around the league for a lot of people that something needs to change. We know Rob has brought it up before, saying how, you know, automated strike zones could be a thing. They're currently being tested right now in AAA. May not be a full system, may be a full system, maybe like a challenge type of thing. Could be put in place. Is that something you guys are looking for, especially after some of the frustrations this weekend?
Absolutely. I used to not really be on board with the automated strike zone or review system, but now I'm like, all right, I'm tired of seeing this. I want the right call.
Okay. Well, Noah, what do you mean by absolutely? Do you mean full on, you know,
Just something.
AirPods in the ear of the umpire, ball strike, a review type thing where the batter can challenge? Because I think that's might be a little bit better than going full into.
I would rather see the
Yeah.
review system where you can ask for it to be reviewed, but either way, I'm okay with either right now.
Don't they
Yeah,
just
it's
like
like- I
tap
think it's
their
like
head
that,
to
or
be
like
like,
they
hey,
do
Yeah, it's
look
like
at it?
tap or raise your hand or something like that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
because See, okay. I hate how bad the umpires have been this year. I think it's been atrocious. But at the same time, I feel like bad officiating is like just part of the world of sports, and you never know when it's going to strike. But because like I always like, it makes it interesting when you have an umpire make a questionable call, right? Obviously, you hate when it happens to you, but
Mhm.
it just happens so much this year. I don't know if I could defend it. Like it's not even just like the Pirates; like, it's all over the MLB.
How
Because I've
much
been such like
how much of
a
that do you
hater
feel
of the
like
automated
is
thing.
just being kind of put under a microscope now? Because now we're really watching for it, just because it's taken up so much of the discourse of this year. Especially now, like I think really ever since umpire scorecards has really started popping off on Twitter, I think people are really paying a lot more attention to it and are taking a lot more issue with calls not being there, especially now because we know the technology there is there as well to fix it. So,
I don't know. I just feel like there's been so much officiating this year that has cost teams games. Like, and it's not like their
Noah,
fault.
do you have
So like, I
some
feel like it's just
numbers
happening so much.
for us on this
So
compared to years past?
at least since I only put it for since 2023, but the percent of games with a accuracy rate under 90% was 3.9% last year. It's up to 5.2% this year. Average accuracy rate in 2023 was 93.5%, and this year it's 92.5%. And that's just based on umpire scorecards, based on some of their graphs and stuff that I was able to look at.
Is there any reason in particular you think there is that change into this year, or is it simply just they're not performing as well as they could be?
I don't really know what it is. I mean, it just seems like I don't understand why it's gotten so much worse, and it seems like there's just way more game-changing calls, like the one we saw on Saturday. Just there seems to be more of that, and the biggest one this year that always stands out to me, and wondering how this ever got called a strike, was obviously Angel Hernandez during the Astros game where I forget who it was.
Yeah,
Wyatt
Wyatt
Langford
It was
Yeah.
took a
Wyatt
pitch
Langford.
almost completely in the other's batter's box, and they called it a strike, and it was the furthest outside strike call in like the pitch tracking era.
That's when that brother knew
Not
it
even
was
that,
time to
it
hang
was
it
three
up.
in a row. Like it's I don't know. It's just so unbearable. It's like yeah, like I want them to have jobs. I want them to have a say on the game because it's what they're getting paid to do. But when they're physically changing the outcomes this bad, I don't know how you could justify it. So I think automated strikes and work. I don't think like full blown. Like I don't think it should be a pitch. But then they don't say anything. They get the AirPod says strike, then they call it. Like I think it should be like the batter or
The
pitcher
batter
could
has
be
to
like
challenge.
throw a hand up or tap or something.
I almost think that's gonna work
And I think you should
worse
get
in the practicality of the game, though. Like, dude,
Yeah, I mean yeah, but
do you know how
I
many?
think it could work.
Think
like,
about how many times
you know,
you're
like
gonna
the
be watching a game, and you're gonna have to hold your breath on a strike three call because it's the batter wants to challenge it, the pitcher has to challenge it. And like, dude, that
Okay, so, yeah, here.
anything close, that's gonna happen so much.
Yeah, but here's how you combat that. It'd be just like the kind of like the pickoff rule, where it's like you only get two disengagements, and then if you go over a third time, like then you have to get them, or you
Yeah, I think
like
that's how
safe.
that works in the minors, where you only get
I would
so
say
many.
there should
Per
I was gonna
team
say
or
there
per
should only be
player?
so many.
Or per at bat.
It
Yeah.
should be per team. I mean that'd be the best way to control it.
But then if later in the game, okay, say ninth inning of a playoff game, umpire, balls a foot outside, called strike three, then what? Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose a little bit?
I feel like
If
you
they
could
can't
also
challenge
ask for
that
like a
call
crew
because
chief.
that call is ruining the game.
I feel like you could also
right?
ask for like a crew chief review.
I don't know. about that
What's the
one.
difference between
But,
that though? The umpires are gonna have to get together and talk about it and take more time off the clock.
I don't know, but I just with the I just
No,
feel like
see,
I don't know. I'd rather see the review than the full on Like, all right, we're just gonna do everything.
If they're gonna implement it, I'd rather they just get fully into
really,
it.
you'd rather
than-
see that?
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair-
I don't want to watch the
To be
review
f-
dance all game.
Yeah, but to be fair though, if you're, say you're given like you only get 3 challenges like on a strike call or a ball call,
Mhm.
like in a game or something. Realistically, the only time you're ever going to challenge is if it's for ball 4 or strike 3. Like you're never going to challenge like first
Disagree.
pitch, ball. Like,
Disagree.
I think the only time that
What?
would happen is
If
like
it's
you're not
that
winning
bad
the
of a
game.
call,
If
you'll
you- but if you're
definitely
being
do it. You'll definitely do it if you're
but
right.
if you're being strategic,
Because
yeah, that's fair. But like,
so if you
but
challenge if you challenge
if
a
you're
first
successful, then you get it
if
back.
you challenge a first pitch strike, then you get it back. So then how many times
Yeah,
you think
it's
how
just
many
like
times
how
do you
if-
think we're gonna do this all game then? Because people are gonna challenge the first
I'm just
pitch.
saying.
Dude, you're telling me a hitter's not gonna challenge the first pitch if it's outside and he knows it's outside? No way. Not
Yeah,
a chance.
No, but think about it. Like if there's, but if you're only getting 3,
But if you
why
know
would
it's
you risk
outside,
that?
you're going to challenge it. And hitters are going to be so quick to do this because they're going to have to be.
Okay, but come on. You
And
see
then
hitters all
then
the
you get to the
time.
point down the line.
No,
Dude, if you do 3 challenges, both
No.
teams are probably going to run out by like inning 6, and then you're going to get to the 9th inning. And it doesn't matter, say Angel 2.0, say Rob Drake is behind home plate, right? Then what's the point of even having the system there? Because the system will still
No,
be
but
there,
I'm
but
saying,
you can't
okay.
challenge anything. Because
No,
you only
I'm
get 3
saying-
challenges? Oh, sorry.
Listen to me.
So then why even have it there in the first place?
So I'm saying if there's 3 challenges, and like if it's not egregious, they're not gonna challenge it because say you go because how many times you get a pitch that the batter doesn't like, but clearly the graphic shows that it hit the strike zone. I mean, they get disgusted with it, but they're gonna call it soon as they do it, challenge, and it's in the strike zone, but the batter challenged, and they lose it. The coach is gonna be all right, guys. No quick triggers, no quick trigger fingers on the strike call, and they're gonna be more conservative about it. That's how you get through it. That's all I'm
Not
saying. It's gonna
not
be a
with the
strategic
rates
thing.
that have happened this
I
week.
could see it go.
It's
going to
happen
like
pretty
that.
often.
I could see it both ways, where a team is conservative with it, or they just keep using it over and over again and just keep getting the challenge back.
And we're not even talking about pitcher challenges either, which I feel like will be more rare. But still, if you add that to it, dude, I'm telling you, I don't think Rob's going to like that. It's going to add on too much times. The kids are going to have to,
Watch just put
Yeah,
Subway
but to be
Surfers
fair,
on the
though,
Jumbotron.
you see how fast it is in AAA. I mean, you see how fast it's in AAA. Like, they just tap it, and then it's literally like a 3-second thing saying oh yeah, that was a strike. I mean, it's not slow by any mean.
Yeah. Personally,
Like, it's not like
I
it's
still don't like it.
A review at first base.
Because I don't
Like,
want
it
to have
doesn't
to,
take that
dude.
long.
It's the same reason I didn't really like just standard replay in the first place. Is I don't like having to hold.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
we need
need
Okay,
replay.
listen.
We needed
listen.
it.
I'm on that train now. Okay, but for
I don't know how you were never not on that.
listen,
train.
it's because I don't like having to hold my breath waiting to see if an umpire's call is right or wrong. And then still, you're telling me New York now gets everything right? Because they certainly don't.
No, but it's just like the NFL too. It's like if it's bang bang, typically the call on the field stands. Like if there's not enough evidence to overturn it, that's fair. But at least then we have the option to look
there's
at it.
there's certain
Galarraga
things
throws a
that
perfect
there's certain
game.
things
You
that
overturn
there's certain
that.
things that are bang bang, and then there's certain things that are very clearly not true that they'll still go to New York and New York will do nothing.
Okay, but you have that in every sport. But I'm saying Galarraga has a perfect game. That gets overturned because it's so blatantly wrong that they called that dude safe.
Yeah.
And then the Pirates, 19th inning. Fucking Jerry Meals.
Would that get overturned though?
Yes, it would.
Dude,
Dude,
I'm
safe
pretty
at home.
sure
Yes, it would.
I don't
Yes, it
know,
would,
man.
100%.
Okay, we're
I'm
not-
pretty
we're not
I'm pretty
going
sure
down
New
that. We're
York
not
would
going
take a
down
look at that and be like, "Nope, we don't want to
No,
get
you're
involved
an
with
idiot.
that.
You're an
That
idiot.
looks a little too close."
No, they would have gotten.
Dude,
overturned.
I'm just telling. I've seen it
no
so
way.
much.
It would have gotten overturned.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the ball beat him
It
by
would have beat him.
he was so
It would've
dead in the
beat him.
water.
The ball beat
Like,
him. Did the
no.
tag
They
though?
absolutely did.
Yes, clearly.
Even Jerry Meals
See,
said
this
he
is
made the wrong call.
I'm just saying that my point. Like, I don't know. That's all. That's where I stand on
It's
it.
just I don't know.
I'll leave it at that.
I just want
I'll leave
to
it at
close
that.
it with this just to clarify what I was saying here. It's like when the game is going, if I see strike three, I want to react to that. I don't want to have to wait. I think it makes for a less pleasant viewing experience the more replay you have. And baseball is a game that I think needs everything it can right now to be a more pleasurable viewing experience compared to other sports.
Okay, yeah, but I also want to get a correct call if they get it wrong. Like I at least have that.
I
option.
think.
Like you don't
Well,
want to
yeah.
have a play ruin a game.
Yeah, that's why we have replay now in place for
Yeah, that's what.
a lot of things. But I think there's a line that can be crossed where it becomes too much, and then once they cross that line, they'll
Oh,
they'll
most
probably
definitely,
never
it
go
can.
back. And I think balls and strikes may be that line. Because at what point are you just reviewing everything?
I'm telling you, there would be some type of limitation. I mean, maybe
Isn't it like that in the
there.
minor
This is
leagues?
definitely going to be a long
Isn't it
thought
like that in
out
the minor
process.
leagues? They
and
got
will
the
have it
they
down.
got the review challenge system.
My guy, I envy the trust you're putting in MLB to get this right immediately.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying, like that's why it's been being tested.
Yeah, I was gonna
for,
say,
like,
doesn't
however
AAA
long they've been
use
doing
the
it in
review
minors.
system?
Yeah, because everything they tested in the minors worked out perfectly in the majors, didn't it? Do we want to talk about the extra innings rule again too?
All
Because
right,
I know you two are
dude,
big
that's
fans of
literally
that one,
bullshit.
aren't you?
I hate that one.
No,
Exactly.
I hate that. That's so
Exactly.
dumb.
So I don't know. I just
Okay.
want them to stop touching things, please. Just leave it be.
I want baseball the way it used to be. I want my 3.5-hour baseball games. Damn it, that's what I want. I want my.
That's
games
why you
back.
like the review. That's it.
What are you doing to my sport?
Just get rid of the extra inning runner rule. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah, that's just so bad. Like
Well,
I'll take the bad strike calls if you get rid
All
of
right,
it.
but
Whatever.
okay. We did get some news today, but how about what Paul Skeens is doing for the sport and doing for the Pittsburgh Pirates, officially becoming an all-star today.
Brian Reynolds going to the Midsummer Classic.
Him and Brian, no Jared.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, they're going to.
No. If anyone, it would have been Mitch Keller, but he
they
didn't
might.
get there.
It's
so.
probably going to be Keller and Holderman might go because like there's going to be like a dozen guys dropping out.
Yeah, so they'll get the
They'll
get the
probably.
Mickey Mouse All-Star selection.
Yeah, just like Tyler Huntley in the NFL. That one. It's just how it be. But hey, we take those.
Yeah. Well,
I know we've all been advocating for Paul Skeens, but I mean, only 10 starts is kind of insane.
I mean, it's been a really really good.
He's
10
still
starts.
been better than like everyone.
No, yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong, but like, it's still only 10 starts. I'm just like shocked they like.
Yeah,
didn't
well, I
pull
mean,
technicality on.
Think
him.
about it. A lot of starters don't have an insane amount of starts right now, either because they were doing the free agency dance still in March and then ended up getting injured, or there's guys who just ended up getting hurt. There's guys who have missed starts here and there. I mean, he's not as far off from everybody,
Yeah.
I guess, as we'd like to
Because he
think.
pitches like
being
6 or
in-
7 innings every time he goes out.
Yeah. And even being in
Oh,
July,
no. I'm not
it's
saying
like-
he's not an all-star. I'm just saying I thought it would just.
They're not.
be-
They would not do that on
I
a
just didn't
Paul
know how
Skeens
they would
level
react to
pitcher,
that.
especially one that almost every time he pitches, the game is nationally televised. Now, if it was any other Pirate, here's another thing.
Don't get me wrong.
I don't know if any other Pirate pitcher, if they pitch it as good as Skeens, would have made the All-Star game on the first go or on the, without someone having to drop out.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, the national attention he's
That's
been
basically my
getting for
point.
sure. Like, if
Yeah,
Jared,
that's basically where I'm
if
coming
Jared,
from in
if
mine.
Jared was called up with, say, you flip Jared and Paul, like Jared's probably not. Maybe it'd be close. I think. Like,
I don't think
he'd
so.
probably
I don't
he'd
think
probably
he would
get one of
that.
the dropout spots, but I don't know if he would get there off the start. I'd be surprised if he
I don't
did.
think so. Now Reynolds, on the other hand, I can't believe the brother isn't starting because he right now I think
He's been one of the best.
He's
hitting
Oh,
playing as,
outfielders.
like,
dude,
the
you're
second
telling
best
me, man.
outfielder in the
I have
NL.
issues with this National League outfield.
I mean, to be honest, we all know it's a popularity contest. You remember when like the Royals had their entire starting lineup in 2014
dude,
or 2015?
Tatis, bro, what is he doing there? Why?
Because he's popular. We've discussed this countless times.
No, I was also triggered by seeing Marcus Semien get an All-Star vote. Dude, he's
Dude.
batting 229 with a 680 OPS.
That was actually crazy.
Like, how in the world is
'Cause
he
he
made
is-
that?
He's not the only Ranger
It-
rep.
Yes,
He is,
I'm pretty sure.
and they picked him.
dude, because I would have picked Seager even
Dude,
though he was
Seager,
hurt.
what? Josh Smith. They have
Come
they have some
on.
pitchers. There are some of their pitchers aren't doing bad. Like who was it? Michael Lorenzen. Like, dude.
Okay, so that's how Simeon got in then. Because I was looking at it and I was like, because I saw that. I saw someone post it and then and then threw like all his stats underneath. And I was like, did he just get in because he got a bunch of votes? Or did he get in because he was the
No,
only rep?
He's a reserve.
You're telling me the Rangers don't have a better player than
they
Marcus
have
Simeon?
Kirby Yates in the All-Star game. There you go, Kirby Yates and Marcus Simeon.
Dude, they're having their World Series hangover right now, man. That's absolutely brutal.
Man, when are the Pirates have been having a World Series hangover since
But yeah,
1979?
Brian and Paul, and so that was a rough one. It was a good night in 1979, wasn't it?
Hell yeah.
I wasn't even thought about yet.
Mike, how many tweets did you think the
Dude.
Pirates had that night to be this hungover for this long?
The tweets
Dude,
exist
I don't
then?
even know, bro. I don't even know if Twisted Teas existed then. They probably didn't even exist then. Oh. Oh,
But,
my gosh.
Oh my god, yeah. So we don't know the starting pitchers yet, do we?
No,
That's still up in the air.
I don't.
I don't think they've
Yeah,
announced
I
it
think
yet.
they would wait. I think they wait till like.
Yeah,
week
well,
of or
yeah,
whatever.
especially because pitchers are just gonna be like, no. They're gonna ask, and
Yeah.
they'll just be like, I'm not playing, dude. I'm going home, man.
Because Paul Skeens is 100% pitching before
Yeah.
this All-Star game.
Well, when does
So if
his
he
next
pitches
start?
and like, hey, I'm not.
Wednesday, because he started Friday, right?
Yeah, but they may also elect to keep him on his
Yeah.
5 days
They've
rest.
been doing 5 days the entire time he's been up.
So he should really start.
So we'll see.
I mean, Tuesday would be his start day, or at least close. That Tuesday when the All-Star game is. So
nah, we'll see.
do
I
it,
mean, he could ultimately say no.
do it, please.
Dude,
Just one inning. That's
no.
all I ask.
he'll
thi-
go
no,
out
but
there
thi-
and throw like
think
101
about that,
mile an
like,
hour
leading
fastball
off-
for the rest of the game.
Dude,
He's
can
got
you
their
imagine they just
95.
let him go out there and go 7?
Dude, no.
Go out there in those incredibly ugly National League All-Star jerseys.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
At
No,
least they're
they
not as
did
bad
that.
as the American League ones. You guys see those?
They should just go back to doing them wearing their team jerseys.
Dude,
Home-
in
the
that
home
baby
jerseys.
food color palette they chose for the All-Star game this year. Disgusting.
Dude, literally just let them wear their own jerseys. bro.
Yes.
It was so
Bring
much
it back.
cleaner that way.
Dude, the only reason they're doing it now is to, I guarantee you it's because they'll sell more jerseys. They'll sell more All-Star game jerseys. Is at least my
Yeah.
guess is what they think. Dude, Nike,
Like, bro, why couldn't they just...
Nike,
okay,
nobody cares
let's
about
say
your
you-
baby food jerseys. We want the
just put an
original
All-Star game
jerseys,
patch on their home
the original
jersey.
jerseys with the stars. Dude, I would buy a normal jersey with an All-Star game patch on it, especially like the old school ones. I remember, dude, when I was watching the Pirates play in San Francisco, there was a guy who was walking by the stand with all the Prime girls, and he had an Andrew McCutchen like 2012, 2011 All-Star game jersey back when it was like the MLB logo, at the top of the jersey
W.
where it should be, and then the two stars next to it, and the All-Star game patch on the sleeve. That's all anybody wants. I'm glad to see that the movement has now reached the best place on the internet, the Instagram comment section, and Dude, because if you go on like any post about the jerseys, the top comment is always, yeah, just let them wear their normal jerseys, please. Wear the stupid, whatever special edition jerseys for the home run derby. Save it for that. And people will still buy them. Because I remember people walking around back in the Miami days when the All-Star game was in Miami. You guys remember those like bright orange and blue jerseys that they had?
Yeah.
Like if you have jerseys that'll look sick like that, people will buy them whether they wear them in the All-Star game or not.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones was the 2012 home run derby jerseys, the royal blue ones.
2012. That was the year it was in Kansas
Yeah.
City? Oh.
I remember
Wow,
because
that's
McCutcheon participated in
void.
the home run derby.
Oh, that's right.
True. That's true. I forgot about that.
No,
Oh my god. Do you remember when Pedro Alvarez was there? We thought he was gonna win, and then he just completely shit
Home
the
run
bed,
derby moment.
like he always did.
I do remember Pedro being in the Derby.
That was
Oh,
2013. That was the next year.
man. Yeah, dude.
And then Josh
that's a-
Bell in 2019.
Dude, they should get Reynolds in
Oh,
there.
I would like to see O'Neal Cruz. Imagine O'Neal Cruz, dude.
Oh,
he's not gonna-
dude.
Dude, hey, it
Yes.
can't be a worse selection than who just got in there from Philadelphia.
Alec Bohm.
Was it Bohm?
Alec
Dude.
Bohm. So dumb. So
First
dumb.
round exit, Alec Bohm. Goodbye.
Not see now. This is the type of dude that's about to hit 30 in round
Dude, the last
one. and
few
The guy
home
who
run-
never,
rock
the guy
world
who,
because he's not supposed to
the
be
guy with
there.
the 600
The
OPS.
last few home run derbies have been so awesome.
Get
You got
Marcus
Albert
Simeon in
Pujols
there.
in 2022, and then last year you had who won it? Randy with his cowboy boots.
Forgot about that too.
I
Jesus
remember
Christ.
last year he asked if he could wear
Dude,
his
no,
cowboy boots while he had.
Seeing an O'Neal Cruz in there.
Yeah,
would be
O'Neal
fun.
Cruz basically taking batting practice.
even think of that.
Would be so fun, dude.
They'd have to,
Dude, let's
they'd
get
have
Rowdy.
to start
Let's get
taking
Rowdy
the kids
Tellez in
out of
there.
the outfield, man, for O'Neal.
How would you feel about a
Yeah, get Ellie De La
O'Neal-
Cruz and.
how would you
and
feel about
O'Neal
a
Cruz
metal
there.
bat home run derby?
Do it.
I would be 100% for
Put
it.
me front row of the left field bleachers, please.
You're gonna die to a 150 mile an hour screamer
I'll
by
be ready.
O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah, no, home run derby lineup looking a little rough this year. But yeah, so Jared for now not in the home run derby, but he will not in the All-Star game, sorry, but he will
Boyd.
he's probably not going to be in the home run derby either, I'm guessing, especially cuz now he's headed to the injured list. So is Bailey Falter. Noah, you want to run us through a little bit of an injury report?
Jones went on the 15-day injury list with what they're calling a grade 2 lat strain, and then Falter was pulled from his last start with tricep tendonitis. So we'll see how those go. I mean, they've been pretty careful with Jones, so some people at the time were speculating maybe it's like a phantom injury thing, but again, I guess we'll just see what happens.
And then
Nah, dude, that's grade 2. Grade 2 strain.
grade 2 is pretty.
That's a 3 to 4 week thing.
Well, they said they'll
right there.
reevaluate how he'll feel in
I'm gonna
about
say,
2
and
weeks.
he's not gonna be back in July. That's gonna be the prediction.
Well,
He
they
will
said
not come
that
back
they'll
until
reevaluate
August.
Jones in about 2 weeks, which 15-day injury list, yeah, that makes sense. So kind of see how he's feeling at the end of that stint.
Well, in the meantime, it means there is a void in the rotation, which means it's time for our boy Luis Ortiz.
Dude, Luis Ortiz
To
is
step up to the
so
plate.
great.
Dude, he
His
dominated.
2 starts have been
today.
so great, dude.
I mean, he's already definitely
yeah.
secured one spot. It's just a matter of what they plan on doing with that 5th one now that Falter hit the IL, because of course we lose 2 starting pitchers in 3 days. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
since-
When's
it,
Marco
you know?
coming back? Because he's got to be due soon.
He
yeah.
just made his 2nd rehab start, so yeah, he's nearing his return. Probably they'll probably give him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'll probably go one more start,
But Luis,
then
dude,
come back up.
So
Probably after the
may a
All-Star
bullpen
break.
day in there until Marco comes
Look at-
back, and then rock Marco and Ortiz.
look at some of these numbers for Ortiz though since the start of June. 2.67 ERA, 23.5% strikeout rate, which is above average, but a 1.7% walk rate.
That's insane.
Last year, dude, and that's insane to think about because last year it was the biggest thing. There was times when he had no idea where the ball was going. He would just walk guys like crazy. So having a Yeah,
and his velo's
he's
up.
been able to throw harder too. So, I mean, it was never a question really about his stuff. It was always about location and how he'll be able to control it. And he has a sub 2% walk rate in his last 30 and a third innings pitched. I mean, that's great to see that he's figuring out because he's looking like the starter we saw in late 2022 when they called him up.
And they desperately need it.
Yeah, it's huge that
oh my God,
that's huge
today.
that he's come up big.
Yeah, because if he didn't, there would just be such a big hole. And with the bats being the way as it is, we need all the pitching help we can get right now.
I mean, some of those were.
I mean,
'Cause the bats
or
certainly
they'd have
doing
to
it.
call up Braxton right now.
Well, he did just get activated off the IL. He was on the 7-day injured list in AAA. I
Yeah.
believe he just got activated was it
It was
yesterday or
the
2 days ago?
ago.
I think it
Either
was
way,
2
he
days
just got
ago.
activated.
So they'll probably have him go one more start down there before, just to get him back in the swing of
Just
things
a
before
formality.
you get a
Like,
call.
hey, we just want to be sure you're all good.
Yeah.
On the rotation, there were some comments from Ben where he was saying how for Skeens and Jones, the goal was to put them in a position to be active pitchers for a full season, to contribute for a full season. In order to do that, we were at some point likely going to have to look at some ways to manage volume and build in some more recovery. So Pirates not wanting to shut down Jones or Skeens. I mean, Jones is going to be missing some time for a different reason, but by the time he comes back, Noah, or what are some of these ways you think he's talking about? Maybe pulling them earlier, maybe doing a 6-man rotation?
They could do that. They could skip a start here and there, which they did with Jones this last time. His last couple outings kind of a little bit up and down velocity, so they figured, let's just give him his next start off, and that's when his next start he got injured, unfortunately. So, but again, 6-man rotation. They tried that earlier this year. It was working okay, but they definitely have the pitching to do it, because once you get Jones and Falter back and Ortiz is still pitching like he is, I mean, I think you have to go with the 6-man rotation if he's pitching great, because I don't think you should take that kind of caliber of an arm out of the rotation.
Yeah. Like, I think Priester, Perez, Gonzalez could all be a solid 6-man. I mean, or you keep Ortiz. So, I mean, like, there's plenty of options to do it. So,
Ashcraft too.
but I think you probably would see some skip starts, just like they did with Jones. Maybe not. It depends. It honestly depends win-loss, because you're trying to get in still. Like, you still need to put your best players on the field.
I mean, again,
to
though,
get
if
to the
Ortiz is
playoffs.
pitching anything like he is,
So-
that's definitely playing one of your best players out there.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that, but you know what I mean. Like, obviously you don't want to skip a Paul Skeens
Yeah.
start. Not
No.
only just because it brings that energy to the series and everything, but like like you just don't want to skip him. Cuz like you're still trying to win games, and like pretty much every time Skeens goes out there, like you feel like the Pirates are going to win the game. So, however they feel like they can manage that, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, it is the more 6 days you do, the more that will add up in terms of missed starts where you don't have Skeens or Jones out there. And, it's yet to be seen if Luis can hold things over. But, yeah, I mean, I guess most important thing would be keeping them healthy as long as possible. So if the Pirates, medical team kind of feels like the best way to do that in terms of their recovery is to have a 6-man rotation, that may be the sacrifice they need to make.
Yeah.
Because
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't afford a Skeens injury, because that would just completely throw the towel in. Like, that you're done.
Especially if Jones is out
Season's over.
until August.
yeah.
yeah, if him and Jones went down, that'd be
Panic mode.
yeah, there'd be a lot of problems. But yeah, All-Star festivities coming up here in about a week, and including that is also the Futures game, which the Pirates have a couple representatives there, which none of these names should be a shot to anybody. Tamar Johnson and Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler has been absolutely cooking, and so has Tamar Johnson in the minors. And they're getting to the point where they're getting ready. They're getting close.
Dude, yeah.
Definitely Bubba Chandler. We might see
Chandler's
him
already
this
at
year.
Double A, and since June he's pitched 33 innings, has a 191 ERA, has struck out over a third of the batters he's faced, and has walked 2.4. A 2.4% walk
Since the
rate.
start of June?
Since the start of June.
You said?
Yeah. 2.4. And that's a big thing because at the start of the year, throughout the early part of his minor league career, he struggled with command. He was the stuff was there, but he just had trouble locating. It was kind of like Ortiz, like we were talking about earlier, but since he was a shortstop, the Pirates even played him at shortstop a couple times way early in his career because he was drafted as a two-way player. Everyone said, well, if he can use some of that athleticism on the mound to get his motion and his arm angle in check, then he's going to be really, really good. And we're finally starting to see that. I mean, we saw it in the second half of last year, and now we're really seeing it because if you can do it in Double A, that's huge, and he's starting to do it.
No, wasn't it you who would always say how walk rate is very important for... It's one of the biggest tells for how someone will end up doing at the next level if they have a good walk rate.
Yeah, especially for pitchers, if you're locating well, I mean, command's bigger than control. I mean, you want to have a guy that's precise, not just hanging things in the strike zone, but still, you're not going to have a 2.4% walk rate on just you're really bad at locating, but you can hit the strike zone. I mean, he's doing great.
And he's making for potentially quite the trade target to be desired. If
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
No.
It
I'm
would
just stirring the pot a
depend
little
on
bit.
Untouchable, brother.
That's one.
He's untouchable.
No.
I don't know.
Mike, what about your boy Tamar? How's he been doing?
Dude, he's been raking. And I'm so glad because you remember at the beginning of the season, everyone's like, oh, of course, we're so good at developing pitching, but now our one good hitting prospect, he can't hit because he was batting like 170 through like April or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, boo-hoo, guess what? Now he's a stud and everyone wants,
I've
back
seen
on
a
the
lot of
wagon.
people make this joke.
So-
Baseball America dropped him off their top 100 prospect list, and everyone's saying, well, now he saw that, and he has a 10-game hitting streak right now. I don't know why they dropped him. He's been so good this year, dude.
Dude, I can't wait to get... Think of it like you're going to have Tamar Johnson, Nick Gonzalez, and O'Neal
Who are we going to play where?
all in the same lineup.
And Rowdy
Dude,
Tellez
figure it
once he
out.
gets extended.
Give that
And
man a 5-year
Rowdy.
extension.
I don't know. It's just seeing the prospects of what the lineup can be with Tamar in it. I think it's a lot to be excited. Hopefully he has a good showing
You think?
in the futures
You
game.
think Tamar is also untouchable?
To me, he's my only untouchable.
Okay, so I
Really, over Chandler?
Yeah.
really
Because, see, here's a part
I
of it.
don't know.
Given the state of pitching in this organization,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
part of
see
it.
the vision.
That's part of it, and Johnson's like our only good hitting prospect, position player prospect. So it's like, do we really want to trade the one guy who might help the offense in the next year or so?
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, I agree. But I think they should both be untouchable.
I
Personally.
don't. Chandler would definitely be.
But-
Chandler's
I'd be
definitely
willing
the
to
next
talk. For me,
closest.
untouchable is somebody who we're not even having a conversation.
I could just feel it. If Bubba Chandler gets traded, we're gonna have Tyler Glasnow 2.0, and we're gonna regret it.
It would really depend.
I'm
is
just
what I'm
saying.
Tyler Glasnow 2.0, you're gonna have a guy who's struggling right now to make all the
He's not-
starts.
Okay, come on. I'm not saying injury prone, but I'm saying Glasnow, when he is healthy, is one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball, and we've seen it.
I'm just saying it would really
So-
have to
He
depend.
He can be. I don't know about consistently though. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I would
I
be,
just
I would
don't-
be scared if
I'm just
Bubba got
saying.
traded.
The last
No,
time we
it
decided to go
it
all
definitely
in on
feels like
something,
one
we
of
got
those.
Chris Archer, and it bit us in the ass. So
If
Excuse
you're
me.
trading, here's the only
Okay,
thing
has
with
a
We
Tim-
talked about it. In hindsight, the Archer trade wasn't as bad as it looked, at
Okay,
least
yes.
in the first year. Because Austin
Yes.
Meadows vanished off the face of the earth.
And
Yeah,
Shane
that was a
Boz
big,
is just injury after injury.
Yeah, Shane Boz, the forever prospect. Yeah.
Dude,
Eh,
he's
who
been on
cares?
prospects.
So that
list
one
since
wasn't as bad.
2017.
But no, movie and Chandler could be bad. But right now, guys, what are we thinking? I mean, the way we're talking, it sounds like the Pirates are going to be buyers. Is that what we all think?
I think it's gonna be.
No, I don't like the face you just made.
It's I feel like they're just gonna do like kind of a both.
Fine.
They're gonna do like sell some of the rentals, but also try and get players that can help them now.
Okay, so of the rentals, who do you think is getting moved? A Grandal? You think they could sell him to
Well,
somebody?
Please, for the love of God, someone take Grandal. I know there's someone who will take Grandal because teams are always looking for like a second or a third catcher down the stretch. There has to be someone out there willing to take Grandal.
I mean, hell, dude, Austin Hedges was able to get moved. I'd like to assume
Well,
Yasmani Grandal can get
See,
moved.
that's the only thing. Like Grandal, at least or at least Hedges could catch and play defense really well. Grandal, it's like a guaranteed like. When's he going to make the dumbest play possible or fuck up at the worst time possible? That happens every game. It happened today. We're recording this on Sunday. It happened today. It was a drop third strike, and it would have struck the batter out, and then Chapman walks him, and then that's the tying run. I mean, I know it's still, though, that's like, I knew, like, the moment we put him in behind the plate, I was like, he's going to do something stupid. He's going to cost us this run. The moment we put him in, I was like, he's going to cost us.
What about
Yeah, I think other.
I'd say, well,
Martin
Martin.
Perez,
I
that's
don't
what
know
would
now
say.
if they do that six-man rotation with Skeens, or if that is the plan.
Perez depends on it. It depends how
It also-
they.
yeah, injuries depend. Yeah,
It depends how-
definitely depends on the injury.
How Gonzalez is
situation.
pitching and how if they think Ashcraft can take over rotation spot or at least be like a long reliever.
You know it.
Yeah, maybe
Unless
maybe
that's what
Chapman?
I was about to say. Unless I feel like the Pirates go on a crazy run over the next like 2 weeks, or at least are in. I feel like the Pirates at some point need to hold the number 3 wild card spot within the next three weeks. Otherwise, Chapman is getting moved.
Chapman, I think, is the last guy to get moved, and that's only if by the deadline we're not in a playoff spot.
I think he. Well, I think other than
I think it also
Grandal,
depends
he
on
makes the
injuries,
most
too.
sense to get moved. If anyone on this team is getting moved, especially with his contract right now, and knowing how teams are going to be thirsty for some reliever help as well.
Hey, it worked great for the Royals last year trading him. Look what they got. They got Cole Raggins, and he's great.
Exactly. So,
And that was that's another example. They got immediate MLB help for them. So
Wait. What did he get traded for?
you
said?
remember he got
Raggins.
traded last year at the trade deadline for Cole Raggins from the Texas
who did?
Rangers.
Chapman.
Aroldis Chapman.
That's who they gave up. I didn't even know that. Holy crap! I didn't even know that.
Well, that's why I mean, like, you don't have to trade him for like just a pure prospect. You can trade him. I'm sure there's a team.
Well,
out
I
there
mean,
with,
look at Daniel Vogelback for Holderman.
Yeah, I mean that's another.
I'm sure the
example.
Mets didn't envision that. Holderman being as good as he is, but
Yeah.
Well, again,
It's like
like,
it
you
doesn't
need
hurt,
help.
I guess, to take flyers if you think you're going to be out. I mean, NL Central right now is pretty much gone, right?
with the
I mean,
Brewers.
the Brewers are kind of running away with it.
Yeah. So
I mean, they're what? I think they're what, like 8 games or something is the next closest
Yeah.
to them or something
So
in that ballpark.
they're down to the wild card, and this has been a team that's been dabbling
Up
between
and
wanting
down.
to be 500 and not wanting to be. I think
I hate this comparison because it's just frustrating as hell. The 2018 Mets.
yeah.
That's
Wasn't that the year DeGrom went like a 1.9 ERA and was like 7-9 because
you have DeGrom. That was the year they had like DeGrom. They had Syndergaard. They had Steven Matz, and I forget who the other one was, but I just remember. But just like this team
Yeah, it wouldn't be
with
Harvey
all
then.
the pitching in the world, and they just can't. They don't get anything. They just can't put together like a long win streak and just get to where they need to be.
Yep.
Pirates could benefit so much just from like I think it was that said this just from
Oh yeah, and
going
Zach
on, like,
Wheeler
a
too. I forgot Zach
3-game
Wheeler was in that rotation.
Gee, Void. No, it was you today that said it. Like they could just benefit so much from going on like just a 3 to 5 game win streak.
Oh, yeah,
right? That was you.
absolutely.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
they
like
could-
just one little run, they'll like get some momentum. Just be like, yeah,
It just
optimism.
feels like we're like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's just like win 3 games in a row, and it'll have so much more spark to this team right now.
And we haven't really seen a stretch like that since the start of the season when we were like 9-2.
Yep. But you guys just mentioned it too. Another guy who is moved for a rental, Zach Wheeler. Anyone remember who he was traded for, Noah?
Carlos Beltran.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When
Holy crap.
in 2011, I believe, when Beltran was traded to the Giants, he was traded for Zach Wheeler.
To be fair, wasn't Tatis traded for what's his
James
name?
Shields?
James Shields.
Yep.
To be fair, Tatis was not a top prospect whatsoever at the
Yeah,
time.
he
when they
was
traded
really
No.
throwing.
Well, we gave up. Well, let's see, O'Neal Cruz even.
O'Neal Cruz for Tony Watson.
Yep. But
Tony Watson.
see, so you never know what you're gonna get for that. I think I'm with you guys though, where it's gonna kind of be one of those like hybrid years where they, add and subtract at the same time. But of adding, what's the number one priority right now?
100% outfield.
Outfield,
Yeah,
really?
I would have to
Would
agree.
you guys
I-
like to
Oh,
say some
absolutely.
No doubt.
words about the play of
Dude.
Michael A. Taylor lately?
Dude,
Jesus
if
Christ,
I
dude,
have
you
to walk
learn the
Michael-
bunt, dude. It's little league shit. It's so unfortunate, dude. Because it's not hard. I don't understand why big league players cannot bunt the baseball.
We only have one
It's
player.
like-
I've only seen one of. I've seen two, actually two, I should say. 2 players I've seen the last 2 years for the Pirates who are able to bunt. G1 Bay and Tucapita Marcano. And, well, we know where Marcano is. But,
Oh,
dude,
man.
Mike, if I have to watch Michael A. Taylor hit again, I'm going to go insane.
I mean, at
leading
least he
into
had a
that
4-hit game.
I'm going to say this. Leading into that 4-hit game, he had a worse batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage than Francisco Liriano, dude. Francisco Liriano, dude. Francisco
I don't
Liriano
know,
was a
it's
good
just-
hitting pitcher, but I don't want to hear it. You should not be
It's just
hitting
our
that
outfield is
badly.
so like putrid in production outside of Brian Reynolds. Like Connor Jones fell off a cliff. Sawinski can't hit. Taylor can't
I
hit.
will give Sawinski this. He has been okay so far into July.
Okay, yeah, he's been better, but I'm just saying you can't look at it right
Yeah,
now
it's
and
only
say that he's
we're
been
it's
fine.
July 8th.
It-
We're recording this on July 8th, so it's not like it's huge sample size yet, but still.
Exactly. It's just like it has not been good. We just need one more, just one bat. I would be fine with one dude in the outfield that could just take over and be an average hitter. That's all I ask. I'm not asking you to mortgage the farm, Ben Sherrington and Bob Nutting. That's not what I'm asking. I just want average play. Is that too much to ask for, damn it?
Well, looking at this list of outfield targets, I see a lot of names on here that we've talked about before. You guys like Jazz?
Someone,
I love smooth
ESPN
jazz.
ESPN listed him as a potential trade target for the Pirates, which I would be happy to have Jazz because I cannot stand anybody in this outfield hitting wise except Brian Reynolds.
Well, there's him. There's JJ. There's Hey Siri, you're having a bad night, Jose Siri.
Siri, it is just not your night.
Immediately
There's-
hit the
Go
dinger.
yard.
Starling Marte.
Hey,
See,
Dude,
that would be
come
such
on.
a
I was
vibe
expecting a little
lifter
bit
into
more
the
of a
city.
reaction than that.
dude, I want to.
Come
No,
on,
I want
Marte
it.
Parte, guys.
I want it. I would partay if we got Marte back, dude. That'd be awesome. Dude, the Pirates are just so down again. Like we just need something good. That's why they called up Paul Skeens because we were in that rut and everyone dude immediately the buzz back in the city baseball. We're like, yep, Pirates are back. We got Paul Skeens. You bring someone like Marte back, it would just make everyone so happy.
Dude,
again.
that would be
a nostalgia
and here,
boost.
another thing is that he's not a pure rental. You can get him. You can keep him for the rest of next year too.
he have an
See, I'm
option,
totally
or
not opposed
is
to
he
that.
on a multi-year deal?
I'm pretty sure. I think it's a option year, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
Dude, even Taylor Ward. I know we've mentioned that one. Taylor
I love
Ward
Taylor
would be
Ward.
pretty sick.
I would love Taylor Ward on this team.
Dude, or Brent Rooker. We don't have him down. Brent Rooker would be pretty sick. I mean, I would like that. I'd like that. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I would. What, you're
No,
laughing at me.
sorry.
What the hell is it?
I thought you were gonna.
Sorry, no, I'm just
What?
Brent Rooker, man. You remember the last time we talked about Brent Rooker? You remember how
I do not.
We were talking about how anytime we see an A's home run clip on Twitter, it's always Brent Rooker. It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, I was just laughing about that. No, Brent Rooker could be valid.
The only thing about Rooker is that he's only a DH, and like, where are you gonna play McCutcheon then? Do you feel confident with him in the outfield anymore?
Sure.
I honestly feel more confident in McCutcheon in right field than throwing Connor Joe out there. Jesus Christ, Connor Joe is so bad defensively this year. It just
In
drives
left
me
field, he
insane.
was atrocious, but right field, he hasn't been awful.
No, but I still trust Kutch enough to where I could.
The only thing
if
is,
it
like,
means,
he's just
if it
coming
means
off
putting a batter
another-
that's hitting 18
He's-
home runs and batting 277 in the lineup, then yeah, I don't give a shit. Put it in the lineup. I
Yeah.
don't care. I'll give away a little bit of defense if we're getting that much more offense.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
there are definitely plenty of options for the outfield market right now. First base is something we talked about in the past. They could be, maybe looking at a right-handed bat there, or maybe a switch hitter. But I mean, Rowdy has been absolutely killing it since whenever that was, the start of June, pretty much.
Start of June.
Yeah,
That's-
whenever
June
a
1st.
He's been insane.
yeah, and so I feel like that's not really as big of a concern. I don't see a reason to maybe go at. It's looking like Vlad is going to be the top target of the first baseman. Partly because he is just Vlad, not necessarily because his production has been great this year. But
I mean, he's having a good year.
He's been doing really good recently, but still, yeah.
yeah,
And he's also only under control through 2025, so it's like he's gonna probably cost a lot, and that's not really a move that I think the Pirates should make right now, is selling the farm for a first baseman who they might not have after 2025.
Yeah, probably not. But hey,
What
it would bring some
you know,
juice to the
we-
city.
We've talked about Marte, how he would bring the vibe back. Well, what about Josh Bell bringing the vibe back?
I don't know if Josh Bell brings back as much of a vibe as Marte. Interestingly enough.
I was
But
gonna say,
it would
Marte was
help.
pretty elite for like a span of time. Like Josh Bell really only had one like elite year with the Pirates.
Yeah.
And really it was just a first half. It wasn't even like the full season, but still.
Yeah, I mean Bell could be fun, but I don't necessarily see a need to go get him
I don't think
right
it's
now.
a need, especially with Rowdy being as good as he's been. Now, if Rowdy was still slumping, then yeah, it would make sense. I'd
Absolutely,
be on
yeah.
board with it.
Especially
But Rowdy's like picked up the slack.
especially in a year like this year where it doesn't look like they're going to be selling off too much of the farm. I'd rather they keep it very minimal and spend on outfield and then maybe a catcher, especially if Grandal gets shipped out. But
Yeah,
we'll
catching
see.
options right
I mean,
now.
You also have Jason
Who,
Delay.
are we going to bring back Jacob Stallings again?
Hey, I'm
We
down.
Let's just bring
Do
back
it.
the whole 2018 Pirates. while
Bring
we're
it
here.
back.
Bring back him and Elias Diaz.
Dude,
We're going
they're
all
both
2008.
raking right now. Like, I don't care, dude. Play a little less
We can-
defense if it means
we
we're going to
can-
bat
Let's just
300
bring
as a
back the
catcher.
whole 2018 Pirates, dude.
Even though that was a really bad team.
2018. That was the last time we were above 500, dude.
I know, but like we just aren't good. We haven't been good since like 2015.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, okay. Who else do we got here? Matt Thias. Victor Caratini, Carson Kelly, Danny Jansen.
Victor Caratini.
Was Danny-
That brother always kills the Pirates.
Yes, he does.
Anytime we played him, he always does good.
He's been
Didn't
on
matter
the
when he was
Brewers,
on the
he's been on
Padres or the
Cubs.
Cubs.
Danny
Yeah, he's
Jansen,
a
was he the
Pirate
guy
killer.
in the with the Dollar Tree situation at spring training?
No, that was former Pirate first round pick Reese McGuire.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Dude, I don't know why I mix him up all the time. My bad, Danny Jansen. I'm so
They're on
sorry.
they're on the same team.
Yeah, they were both Jays. But no, Jansen could be
they-
interesting. I just wanted to double check on that.
I just want somebody other than Grandal. I don't care who it is. Just get somebody other than Grandal, please.
Oh, if only Jason DeLay was doing better too.
And I could always rot Jason DeLay and Bart till the rest of the year, and Davis whenever he
I
recovers.
mean, I'd be fine with. I'd honestly be fine with that.
Yeah.
Let Davis figure it out in AAA or wherever the hell he's at, Altoona, AAA, whatever.
I would want
Let
him to
him
get
figure
more
it
playing
out.
time because
The majors.
he just came off of
Yeah.
2 concussions.
And the next year we regroup with Davis and Endy.
Yeah, but what if
What
Bart
about
keeps
Bart?
hitting well?
What about Bart, Mike?
What do you do
All
if
right.
Bart keeps
well,
hitting
then
well?
Bart and Endy. Then how about that?
Well, then what do you do with Henry? Do you pull a Kenny Pickett and trade him?
Hey,
I know Noah is so
down.
proud of the football reference he just made.
he did. I know it.
I know football. I will after I play college football 25 this year.
Oh, that's right, buddy.
That's so void. I just can't wait to see Noah like out of his element like that.
Hey, I pre-ordered. I'm willing to play.
You guys
and
all
learn
getting it on
what I- and
PlayStation?
learn. Yeah, I got on PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll get it on PlayStation then too. But
No, see, I'd consider trading Davis. I mean, it's granted we haven't seen a full season of Henry at the big, so I mean, like we could be trading him away and then him figuring it out, and then we look like idiots.
Davis
but-
for Jazz, straight up. Who says no?
Probably the Pirates.
Holy shit! I'd be sending him like first class. Be like, you did great, Jazzy. Come on, come home. Oh, I'd make that trade so fast. You wouldn't have to tell me twice.
Dude, it feels like we've been manifesting Jazz
I've made
for
it known
so
that's who
long.
I want.
I know.
I
We've
said
been
Jazz,
talking
like,
about
the last,
Jazz,
like,
dude,
3 or
like
4
spring
episodes of the pod.
spring training.
Dude, ever since Arise got traded,
Yeah.
I think it's been on the radar that like they're selling players, and it's like, yeah, let's go get Jazz, the next.
Yeah, if
best
they're willing to
player
sell
on
a Rise, they were
Marlins.
willing to sell anyone.
Yeah, I mean, they need some help to fix their offense because Noah, we got some issues, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, damn right we do.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I think I was telling. Yeah, it was before you got on the call here earlier today. But I said the Pirates are 37-19 when scoring 3 or more runs. Yet we are 5 games under 500 right now.
I know this is going to become as a huge surprise,
You
but
would
when
think.
you mix good hitting with good pitching, you usually win a lot of games.
That's so painful.
Dude,
3 runs is
dude.
crazy.
we're just struggling, dude.
Dude, like that's great. I mean, scoring 3 runs, we win 37 games. Well, guess what? We only have like 42 wins.
Yeah. Well, other than trading for some players, are there some other ways the Pirates can address, at least currently, to fix their offense?
Oh my gosh, the approach has just been so all over the place because I feel like there's been times where we've been extremely patient at the dish and then we bitched about it, but then like today against Sean Manaea, I was getting pissed off because like it just seemed like we would just swing at the first pitch and we'd hit a number to shortstop, and I was like, no, take pitches. He has not had good command,
Dude,
but
just
it's just.
they just I still want to get rid of Andy Haynes so badly. Dude,
No, they need a
see,
fresh
here's
start.
the thing. We have the Pirates have 5 batters whose weighted runs created plus has dropped by 20% from last year. 5, okay? You get 1 or 2, that's normal. If guys will have bad years and stuff like that. But 5, you got Jared Triolo, Jack Sawinski, Michael A. Taylor, Hayes, and Edward Olivares. And those are 5 guys you're really looking to help this offense this year, and they're just not doing it. Like, at what point do you say, like, oh, well, maybe it is the hitting coach? Because you have 5 players who are doing this awful. It's like,
yeah, dude.
again,
like,
1 or 2,
like
that's
where
normal.
is the
You've had
269 batting Olivares? Damn it!
1 or 2, normal.
Where's that
5,
Olivares?
no, that's a huge problem.
It's just so it's frustrating because it's like with Michael Taylor too. Where's the 222 hitting center fielder playing elite defense and hitting 22 home runs? No, we get the 206 batting Michael Taylor with 3 home runs who can't fucking bunt. That's what we get. No, it's so frustrating because it's like, just be average. Like, that's all we're asking. I don't need them to be all-stars.
Dude, if Michael A. Taylor gave us a 90 WRC plus and 18 home runs, I'd be 100% fine. 15 home runs even.
Dude, literally. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, Olivares, I swear, when's the last time he put a ball into the grass, the outfield?
I remember when Olivares had that great
know.
April and we all thought that he was going to carry our offense this year.
Dude, like last week, he was batting cleanup, and then
I saw that one. He's like batting cleanup.
Why is Olivares batting cleanup?
It was like,
he hasn't had an extra base hit since like May 15th or something like that.
That's what I saw. I was like, Olivares is batting cleanup, and he has like 2 extra base hits since the start of May or something like that.
I was like, dude, why? What did we do to deserve this?
Dude, PNC is built on like a
no
cursed
offense.
Indian burial ground or something. I swear it is.
You know, I think you guys pretty much hit it on the head here. Not really much I can add from that standpoint. I mean, really, yeah. I mean, it looks like a lot of it's on Andy, and then bats will need to be acquired because they are currently not in the system, and of the guys in the system, some guys need to be dropped or traded or given a bus ticket. I don't know. But, yeah.
Grandal. Dude, I'll give him a first-class trip anywhere he wants to go as long as it's not on my team.
You knew what I was talking about. But there is something pretty big that's coming up that we should get into, which probably won't help the Pirates this year. Could help the Pirates next year, depending on who they go after. The MLB draft is coming up 1 week, well, from me on the West Coast, 1 week from today. For you guys, a little less than a week from now. Pirates have the 9th overall pick in the first round. As far as approach goes, I mean, we gotta be thinking hitting, right? Unless there's some insane pitcher who is able to fall, then I think a batter should be the move, just given the state of the system, yeah?
Yeah, the one thing I'm looking at with the pitching is like a lot of them I was reading with Baseball America, just like how many of the top pitchers have a chance to go to the bullpen, which is a little worrying. But the Pirates love drafting pitching. Since Ben Cherington took over as general manager, he's 65.2% of his picks have been non-two-way pitchers. That's a lot of guys. I mean, it's the reason kind of why we're stuck in this situation where our system is filled with pitching, but we have almost no hitting coming up, and almost no hitting help immediately in the top end of the minor leagues because he's taken so much pitching. The only other thing I could say about us taking pitching is that if we take more pitchers, that means that they'll be more willing to move some of the guys already in the farm system because they've just stocked up on more arms.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. I was gonna say, like, if say we unload like 4 pitching prospects, then we're obviously gonna focus on pitching again because we need to refill it. So especially if we're getting bats for those pitching prospects. So I think it's really the deadline. Really, wait, when is the draft? What's the official date on that?
Next Sunday.
Okay, so they I'm sure they have a game plan. I'm sure they've already been like sending out feelers on who they want to acquire as a bat.
I'd like to hope so, since
Yeah,
it's
we're-
in less than a
Yes.
week.
We're a week away, and you haven't done any help, and you haven't done any work to scout guys.
No, I'm not saying like scout like the prospects. I'm saying like who you want to target as a bat as a major league bat right now. So like I'm saying like if we go out and get 3 bats and we trade 5 pitching prospects, and yeah, I could see them leaning pitcher, like pitcher heavy in the drafts again, especially when it's worked for Sherrington. That's definitely been a strong suit. So
The only thing, another thing, I'm just don't really like many of the bats that are going to be available, potentially available. I mean, something crazy could happen, and like, you never know when something is like insane is going to happen, like Travis Bazana just falling for some reason, or
Kumar Rocker going
because-
3rd overall,
Or someone taking Kumar Rocker super high.
But I knew that.
You are the only person in America thinking Kumar Rocker was going 2nd overall.
That was funny.
Well, apparently him and the Texas Rangers president of baseball operations
Oh, that was so
were
funny.
the 2 geniuses that came up with that decision.
So again, something like that could happen where someone just falls down. But like some of the guys who are available are a little worrying. Like, you're gonna take. I like Nick Kurtz. He's a good hitter, but that's another guy where you're like, well, he's a first baseman, so he absolutely has to hit. You know, or I always like making this comparison. Braden Montgomery. He's really powerful and he has an outstanding arm from the outfield. His left-handed swing reminds me so much of Pedro Alvarez.
Oh Christ! Now, are we sure that's what we want in Pittsburgh again?
I mean, granted,
Just
it's
saying.
only his swing. I don't know how his swing decisions are, but that's just kind of the thing I see. He's a switch hitter. Switch hitter with that much power is really interesting. Another guy that if they take a pitcher, realistically, the guy that's got to be available is Trey Yesovich from Coastal Carolina. He's a good command pitcher, and he doesn't really throw all that hard like some of the other guys, but yeah, I mean, he's looked good too. I know you like James Tibbs, Mike.
Yes, I do. Big first base outfielder who hits tanks. That's exactly
Again,
what
that's
I
just
want.
another thing I'm worried about is just like taking another guy that's like he's going to end up at first base or left field, and it's like, so that means he absolutely has to hit.
Yeah, but see, okay, I don't know. James Tibbs is just one of those things too. I'm not saying he's the best player that I think is going to be available, but anytime I've turned on the College Baseball World Series this year, I swear Florida State was on, and this brother was just doing something remarkable at the dish, and so I was like, I kind of just like took a liking to him just from that moment. And then of course, which I don't remember. Wait, which one was it? Was it? It wasn't. Who put out the mock draft and mocked James Tibbs to the Pirates? Because then I saw that and I was like, oh boy, it's a reality
Two did.
now.
Yes, ESPN's Kylie McDaniel and Jim Callis from MLB Pipeline both had Tibbs going to the Pirates.
Yeah. See, plus I really want a college bat. I don't want a high school player that's not going to play for a while.
Does does this make sense to you guys? Because in my head, I'm reading out the name James Tibbs, and I'm like, that just sounds like a Pittsburgh Pirate, doesn't it?
James Tibbs. Dibs
I don't
on
know.
Tibbs.
Something
baby.
about it.
Dibs on Tibbs.
I will say that. I will say though, of the prospects who are looking like they could be available by the time the Pirates selection does come around, I like Braden Montgomery the best.
You like Braden Montgomery the most.
I'm worried he's going to be taken high. His power profile, I think, is going to play pretty well at the major league level with just the type of hitter he is. His aggressiveness from both sides of the plate is really nice, and I really like his swing. He seems like he's a great kid. You know, I'm getting reminded looking through draft profiles just how much of a crapshoot the MLB draft really is in terms of who's going to be the guy to go pro. So the way I like to look at it is who do I think has like the highest floor in terms of like where I think they could be. Braden Montgomery seems to me like he will be a major leaguer, and it seems to me like he has a pretty high ceiling. He's had an absolutely fantastic year this year with Texas A&M, and switch hitter.
That's a big thing, him being a switch hitter.
Yeah, I think it's a nice bonus, and his splits from both sides look fine, and also pretty good arm strength. He used to be a pitcher, and when he was coming out of high school, he used to be a pitcher. Speed is okay, but put him in a corner, he'll be all right.
I just really want a hitter that could be like another Wyatt Langford, and we see him up in like a year, kind of like Paul Skeens. Like he came up like a
Well,
year
to be
after
fair,
being
last year was
drafted.
like a generational draft class. Like they were saying, like last.
Yeah,
we
I don't
were
think you're gonna
spoiled
get
last
that.
Year.
especially drafting in the 9 slot.
Okay.
We were
even
so
if it's not
spoiled
next
last
year,
year,
like,
It'd be-
in the
it'd
very
be
near
very
future,
surprising.
I want this pick to be up because we need bats. Like, so I don't want to draft
Yeah.
a high school bat, is what I'm saying. Because like high school bats, you're not going to see them.
Definitely not.
You're not going to see them for another 3 or 4 years. So,
In prepping for the draft, looking at guys the Pirates have taken, I've maybe looked at 2 high schoolers because I very much feel like they're going to go
high
college.
schoolers. There's only 2 high schoolers that might go top 10.
Yeah.
And I really would. If we're taking a bat, I want a college bat.
yeah, that's
Yep.
how I feel. I just want I want someone with some experience to like come through the system and hopefully get through it real quick because we need major league bats and fast.
Yeah. I mean, they could go pitcher maybe if Burns or Smith falls, but please don't.
Oh, I'd be so disappointed.
I
I
don't
just
know,
want a
man.
bat. Please. I don't even care what position they play. Bat. I want a bat.
I think you never really know what you're going to get from another organization, especially now, especially if it's post-draft, and they say you want to do a prospect swap or you're trading somebody. Say you're trading Chapman for hitting prospects. It's like I think you want to have guys that come up within your organization from the start, rather than just always trading for other hitting prospects.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's just not a good look when you're trading for all these players because you're obviously not hitting with your own draft picks. So I think
well, I
we're
mean,
hitting
they've
with our
been
pitching
hitting a
draft
lot
picks.
on the pitching side. It's
the
just
bat, hitters.
the balance has not been there. There's 2 sides to the game, brother.
That's mainly what I mean though. Like you don't want to just be missing on all your draft picks because then it just makes you like wonder like, oh, what the hell are they doing? Like this is
Yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah. Well, you know, we know who we all like. If you guys had to predict right now, who do you think the Pirates are taking? I am sticking with Montgomery.
Yeah, I would have to go with Montgomery too. Just because he's a really powerful college bat, and we just don't have power in the system either.
Yeah, suck it, Mike. Team
Well,
Montgomery.
fair enough. If I had to pick the 3, though, out of the ones that we keep talking, it's probably Tibbs, Montgomery, or Nick Kurtz. I feel like those are the 3. I'd be surprised if the Pirates don't end up with one of those 3. In my opinion, that's. I mean, like I said, I haven't done as much homework as you have, Noah, on this because you're the prospect guy here. But that I'd be pretty shocked if one of those 3 wasn't a Pirate come draft time.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna come down to one of them.
Yeah, I mean, looking ahead of the Pirates, you have the Angels and the Cardinals picking right in front of them at 7 and 8. So, Cardinals need a lot of things.
Guys who aren't
So-
about to enter the senior citizen home.
Yeah, I could see Cardinals going with one of the high schoolers, and then
Nick Kurtz
Angels-
seems like a Cardinals ass player. I don't know why. I just get that feeling.
The Angels might just take someone who they know they can fast track to the major leagues because they've done it the last 2 years.
yeah, I feel like they're in a similar situation. Well, similar situation. I mean, in terms of where their mind's going to be at. They're in a different place as an organization, but I mean, yeah, they're probably going to try and grasp for straws a little bit. So I could see the Angels going Montgomery.
Yeah.
And and Tibbs goes to the Pirates. I can very well see that happening.
There is one guy I want to talk about because the Pirates also have the 37th overall pick. That's their competitive balance pick. Left-hander David Shields. He's a local kid. He's from Mount Lebanon, and he's someone that could also go as a late first-round pick again as the competitive balance round pick or a really early second-round pick. If the Pirates decide they want to go pitching early, that's someone that could totally be on the table.
Is he out of high school or college?
Yes, he's out Mount Lebanon High School.
Oh, Mount Lebanon High School now. Oh.
Some of the highlights you can find of him is him pitching in Wild Thing Stadium.
That would probably be it'd be like WPO championships, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
he's
That'd be interesting.
projected to go somewhere around 40th overall, you'd
Probably
say.
like 40 to 45.
Yeah, that could be good. And then some. Yeah, because if he's coming out of high school, there'll be some youth for them too.
And then there's one other first base prospect I want to talk about. Jared Jones, not our Jared Jones, but LSU's Jared Jones. He's a first base prospect. He played some catcher in high school though, so maybe a team wants to try him out behind the plate, and I think that would be fun if we could put him behind the plate and have the Jared Jones battery.
I don't know. High school catching is way different than college and MLB.
He's not a high school. He's not. He was he caught a couple games in college for LSU, but not that much. It was mainly first base and DH for him. But again, I just think that would be funny to have a Jared Jones battery, and he has really good raw power. So you could always play on that high end. You could always play like just a mid-round, low-risk, high-reward guy.
Noah, are you going to be watching the entire draft live?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. How many rounds is MLB in it? Like 30 or something?
It's 20, right?
20. Yeah, it got cut down.
Oh, understandable.
Because when the you remember when the great minor league baseball purge happened a few years ago?
Yeah.
I think that's when they cut it down because they didn't.
Because then they had the 5 rounds during COVID, and then
yeah, dude, the 5-round COVID draft went crazy.
That'd be such a voided year to enter the draft.
That year went pretty well for the Pirates. That draft, we got Gonzalez, Carmen Mlodzinski, and Jared Jones out of it.
Heavy on the last piece there.
Hey, I'm more than happy with how Gonzalez and Mlodzinski have played.
Yeah, Nick Gonzalez looks like the second baseman of the future now, so good.
Yes, sir.
So I will gladly take that.
Well, very busy week ahead. The Pirates have a absolutely void of a Monday game to end the series. Some nice scheduling there by Major League Baseball against the Mets to hopefully, please, end with the series split. And then they're headed to Milwaukee for a 3-game set and then to Chicago for an exciting weekend series against the Chicago White Sox to end things out.
God, please. We need to win the game tomorrow. They have
it's
to beat the Mets.
It's make or break time, boys.
They have to beat the Mets.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You can't. You definitely can't lose a series to the White Sox. You cannot do that. If
we lose the series to the White Sox, I'm just gonna be like,
that's it. 2025, we're coming. But not because you can't lose the White Sox and
who knows?
Expect to make the
by
wild
then
card.
they'll trade. Maybe by then they'll trade Luis Robert.
That's funny.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trade that happens over All-Star Week.
Yeah, you figure all the teams in the same place, same time.
Not necessarily from the Pirates, but from somebody.
Yeah.
Do you remember that 1 year?
That is a time where a lot of GMs will get to catch up on trade deadline prep and start yapping to each other.
Do you remember that 1 year? I think it was a decade ago when the Cubs trade Jeff Samardzija to the A's like a week before the All-Star game, and so he was still.
He was an AL All-Star.
I think he was wasn't he like a Cub All-Star technically, but like he played even though he was on the A's.
Yeah, it was something weird.
Void.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
should
void.
just transfer over. I don't get like that whole. Like if you're traded.
It's the All-Star game.
Like
yeah, just add a roster spot. Who cares? The All-Star game doesn't matter anymore. let him play with metal bats. That's what I say. Might as well, right? Who cares? Doesn't mean anything anyway.
It will mean something when someone gets hit, when like the first baseman gets hit by like a 130-mile-an-hour piss missile.
Dude.
Just gotta be able to field, brother.
All right. Well, Pirates, please, like I said, please win tomorrow. Please. We need to.
Who's on the bump tomorrow?
Isn't it Keller?
Keller?
Oh, please,
That's
Keller.
a win. That's a win.
Yeah, well, it's not the point of the pitching; it's the point of the hitting.
Please.
All right, Noah. I'm just trying to be positive.
All right. I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm
need
just,
you pissing all over my parade. Okay.
I'm just very frustrated. if you
Fourth
can't
most
tell.
quality starts in the major leagues, yet we are 5 games under 500.
Second most in the National League.
Only behind the Phillies, who we all know what they do. World Series contenders. Here we are. We are 5 games out of a third wild card. Woohoo! Yes.
Oh man, National League's looking bleak this year, man. But
It's been better recently, but yeah, it's not been great.
still, I hope they get smoked in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
After Paul Skeens throws his perfect 7 innings, then
Yeah, we
you
needed
know, then they
immaculate
can blow it up.
the immaculate innings incoming off of Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto. I feel it.
Yep.
Oh shit.
All right, we're approaching hour 30, gentlemen. So we should get wrapped up here. But oh man, big week ahead. All-Star game. Everyone have fun in Texas, looking at those disgusting jerseys, and then Home Run Derby. Can't make predictions for that yet because we don't know who's in it.
Like I said, it would be pretty
Alec
sick.
Boehm. Nah, Alec Boehm's going all the way.
Can we just put Michael Taylor in it for fun?
Dude, if Alec Boehm made it, why not?
Dude, I want the anti-home run derby where like all the guys who are like bottom of the barrel in exit velocity get to compete.
That'd be so lit.
Dude, make them let
that'd
them
be
hit
so
from
awesome.
the pitcher's mound or something. Like that would be awesome.
Just oh my god, dude! Just all the bottom feeders in power.
Dude, who would
That'd be
even
crazy.
be there? Who would headline that? Like,
Alec Boehm.
I mean, Boehm has
Lisa
11,
Rise.
so yeah, Lisa Rise. Oh my gosh,
Oh yeah, Luis. Yeah, Luis would 100% be in there.
dude, they should get Manny Machado for the home run derby. That'd be hype. Give me
Bruh.
some Manny.
What's with you and Manny Machado?
I love
Yeah,
Manny
why do you
Machado.
love
I've
Manny
always
Machado
liked Manny
so much?
Machado. Low key, I kind of want a Padres City Connect Machado jersey. Low key, because that's probably my favorite City Connect jersey. I think I was talking to you about that, Bob, when you were.
All right. Mike's talking about Manny Machado. It's time for us to get out of here. All right. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
You're
You're